When I was about to leave my home for college, I was bursting with joy at the birth of my 7 baby furs. They were so cute. 2 full orange, 2 with white-black patterns, just like a cow, and the rest were just random yellow-white-black color. Unfortunately, the joy doesn't last that long because out of nowhere, with my 2 eyes, I watched my cat mama turn into a cold-blooded, cruel, heartless creature. She killed one of her babies. I was panicking at that moment, but just after a quick surf on the internet, I finally found the answer. Cat infanticide is a behavior that's not uncommon in the feline world. It may come as a shock to us as humans, but to cats and probably many other animals, it's a natural and instinctual behavior that serves a purpose. Infanticide can be defined as an act of infant killing committed by the older individual of the same populations. The most widely reported cases of infanticide involves adult males, but adult females and even other immatures are sometimes also implicated. Infants may be killed not only by outsiders, but by members of their own group, and even their parents, just like in my cat's case. Infanticide among animals is actually a very complicated process with no unitary explanations. Sometimes the killer gains survival benefits from this act, but sometimes they just don't. In 1979, American sociobiologist Hrdy classified the act of infanticide into 4 categories: exploitations, resource competitions, parental manipulations, and sexual selections. When individuals responsible for an infant's death directly benefit from the consumptions or use of their victim, infanticide can be said to be a form of exploitations. The infant itself becomes a resource, either a food resource or a property for obtaining a maternal-like experience. The most obvious widespread form of such exploitations is cannibalism. For example, a research in Canada in 2014 reported that the male ground squirrels can run up a tree to a female's nest and sunk his feet into a pup, which fell through the branches and died. A week later, they found another pup missing, but eventually the whole litter are disappear. So yeah, this adorable, cute creature is also a baby-killing cannibal. Lethal exploitations of an infant is not limited to eating it. Among various primates, infants may be used as properties for play mothering. A non-lactating primate female can take an infant from its mother and forcibly retain it. Infant deaths do not occur as a result of violence, but rather starvations. In case of resource competitions, infanticide can occur when there is a limited amount of resources. For example, say that there are 2 populations of house mice. If there is limited amount of resources, these 2 populations need to compete for resources. By killing other mice's pups, it is most likely that her own pups will get easier access to the physical resources such as food or places and increase their survival possibility. Another case when the mice have numerous amount of pups, she will predict that available resources are not enough to feed all of them. And she ended up killed some of the infants so she can focus more on a fewer number of pups. In parental manipulation scenario, the death of an infant and terminations of parental investment will sometimes improve the chance for survival of either the mother or existing offspring, or otherwise, it can lead to a greater net reproductive fitness of either the mother or the father. Such circumstances include the destructions of imperfect, weaker, or sickly offspring whose chance of survival and reproduction would be poor. Finally, the sexual selections. The idea of this type of infanticide is that the competitions between members of one sex for reproductive investment by the other sex may make it advantageous for an animal, and usually a male, to destroy another animal's offspring. Let's make it simple. In some species of lions and great apes, during a crucial infant period like lactations, the mother will take a lot of parental investment and leaving male individuals have no one to mate. And by killing the infants, it can shortening the interval until the next ovulations in the mother of an infant killed and increase the infanticidal's male to breed. Even though this behavior seems to be very cruel from a human point of view, it is important to understand that different species have different behaviors and strategies for survival. What may seem unnatural or cruel to us may actually be a normal and necessary behavior in their world. Thank you.